Now I'm doing problem 5a. The instructions say simplify, and remember, when you have a fraction over a fraction, or a compound fraction, the first thing you want to do is find the LCD of all of the denominators. So between the denominator 4 and 2, my LCD is 4. So I want to multiply the numerator by 4 and the denominator by 4 to eliminate those fractions. So these 4's cancel, and I'm left with 6v minus 30. And 2 goes into 4 2 times, so I have 2 times v minus 5. Okay, I need to factor my numerator. I have a common 6, so that gives me v minus 5 over 2 times v minus 5, which of course I have like factors. The v minus 5's divide out. 2 divides into 6 3 times, and my final answer is 3. Let me also show you the alternative way of doing that, which would simply to have been to say what I actually have here is 6v minus 30 divided by, over 4. Forgot my over 4, didn't I? Divided by v minus 5 over 2, and then, because remember that fraction bar is a division sign, which all fractions bars are. When I'm dividing by a fraction, what's the rule? Flip and multiply. So that's 6v minus 30 divided by 4 times 2 over v minus 5. Now I have to factor this numerator. That gives me 6 times v minus 5 over 4 times 2 over v minus 5. And of course the v minus 5's divide out, and 2 divides into 4 2 times, and then 2 divides into 6 3 times, and my answer is 3. So that's just this first method. I was eliminating my denominators and bringing it to one fraction in the first step. Here I was recognizing that I had simply a fraction divided by a fraction, which allowed me to flip and multiply. So either method perfectly fine, whichever one is your preference. On 5b, I'm going to simply do this one of those ways, and I'm going to this time simply flip and multiply. So remember, that means I have 3c cubed divided by 8c plus 24 divided by 6c divided by c plus 3. So I'm going to flip the second one. That's 3c cubed divided by 8c plus 24. And now flip the second one, c plus 3 divided by 6c. So now I do need to factor this one to see if I have anything that can cancel. So that has a common 8, and that leaves me c plus 3. You can rewrite it as a new step if you want to. And now I can see that I have a common c plus 3, which will divide out. This 3 divides into that 6 2 times. This c divides into c cubed 2 times. Remember, I use the quotient rule there. 3 minus 1 is 2. That gives me c squared. So now all I have left in the numerator is c squared, and in the denominator I have 8 times 2 is 16. So I have c squared divided by 16 as my. Okay, on this problem, which is 5c, I have 2 separate fractions in the numerator and 1 in the denominator. So this one lends itself far better to finding a common denominator between all of my denominators and then multiplying the numerator and denominator by it. So that's what I'm going to do here. I think I'll move this over just a smidge. Whoops. So I have a space to do that. And now I want to find the LCD out of each of the denominators that I have available, which means I look at the first one, that's c plus 8, and for my LCD, I have c plus 8. Look at the second denominator, that's c minus 2. I need to use that. And look at this one. Well, I can't really tell yet because I really need to factor that. So I factor out my common 5, and that leaves me c plus 8. And now I look at the 5. I don't have one, so I have to add that. But c plus 8 I already do have, so I don't need to add that. So let me rewrite that so that my constant term is in front where I like to see it. So it's 5 times c plus 8 times c minus 2. That is my common denominator for all of my fractions. So I'm going to multiply my numerator and denominator, this being my numerator, through by 5 times c plus 8 times c minus 2, didn't give myself quite enough space here, and my denominator by 5 times c plus 8 times c minus 2. So now I'm going to take these fraction by fraction. When I look at this one, what cancels out here is my c plus 8, so I have to multiply 5 times c minus 2, whoops, moved that there a little bit, didn't I, times the 2c that I already had, plus, I look at this one, the c minus 2's cancel, so I have 4 times 5 times c plus 8. I'm dividing out the factors that are alike. Here it was the c minus 2, so I multiplied 4 by the rest of that. Here it was the c plus 8, so I multiplied 2c by the rest of that. Over, and I do the same thing in the denominator. Here I have 5 times c plus 8, so I cancel out the 5 and cancel out the c plus 8. Here I can actually show that I'm canceling them out because I only have one fraction here. Up here I had 2, so I couldn't do that. So now I need to multiply my numerator by the part of the LCD that's remaining. That's 6 times c minus 2. Don't know why this is suddenly moving on me. Don't know what I'm doing there. That's 6 times, don't know why that happened. Sometimes technology doesn't work as well as we would like it to. Okay, so now I have 5 times 2c, which is 10c, times c minus 2, plus 20 times c plus 8. I'm doing this in steps, all over my common denominator, not my common denominator anymore, excuse me, my 6 times c minus 2, which is right here. Okay, now I'm going to collect my oh nope, I still have distribution to do up here, don't I? I have 10c times c minus 2, which gives me, move up here, that's 10c squared minus 20c plus, distribute here, 20c plus, and 20 times 8 is 160, all over 6 times c minus 2. So now let's collect our like terms up here. I have 10c squared minus 20c plus 20c, of course, cancel each other out, plus 160, all over 6 times c minus 2. Now factor my GCF out of here, which is, of course, 10. That leaves me c squared plus 16 all over 6 times c minus 2. And, of course, 2 goes into both of those. 2 goes into 6, 3. 2 goes into 10, 5. We'll go this way this time, running out of space here. And that leaves me 5 times c squared plus 16 over 3 times c minus 2, and that's my final answer.